Formula 1 arrives at Austria for the 6th round of the 2021 F1-E Championship. And the main news, of course, was, as once again, no teams decided to bring any upgrades. In terms of Mercedes, they said they had some scheduled upgrades coming to the following race at Azerbaijan, saying that they've been fiddling around with trying to improve their tyre wear after recent results have been flaunted by a series of last lap punches, forcing drivers into the pitch at the last minute. They do hope that their reliability of the engine will also be improved, both Hamilton having DNF'd out of at least 2 of the Grand Prix so far. Meanwhile, Red Bull said this would be a big test for their new engine at their home Grand Prix, saying they're hoping that the engine should be able to go faster here than at Italy in the previous round. However, Lando Norris has admitted himself that his performances so far have not been up to standard compared to the likes of his teammate Verstappen. Verstappen says he wants to try and push on now and see if he can catch the Ferraris before the end of the season. Aston Martin, meanwhile, are looking for some more reliability themselves as well. George Russell having DNF for the past 3 races, so he'll just be over the moon just to see the checkered flag. However, Russell's performances in those 3 races haven't gone unnoticed, and rumours are already flying around the paddock that Russell could be promoted to the big team Mercedes for 2022. Stoffel Van Dorn took pole ahead of Lewis Hamilton by less than 1/10 of a second. Chasing pack of Hampson in 3rd. Verstappen, a great job in the Red Bull. He starts up in 4th, ahead of Perez, Vettel, Russell. Ricciardo had a disappointing qualifying. Lando Norris can only start 9th. And Fernando Alonso is once again in the top 10, although will he be able to stay there? The Spanish driver is pointless so far. Outside the top 10 again is the 2 Ferraris. Pascal Wehrlein had a penalty, a 5-place penalty for changing a gearbox, so he starts 13th. The 2 DS Chichitas start 14th and 15th. Ocon, another disappointing qualifying for him. He starts down in 16th. De Vries is ahead of both of the Dragons, very good job for him. He starts 17th with Tsunoda ahead of Seta Camara. Valtteri Bottas rounds out the grid for today's Austrian Grand Prix. Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another video of the F1-E mod, episode number 6 for the Austrian Grand Prix of Season 3. If you have, of course, missed any of the previous episodes, I reckon go and check them out. There's a link to the playlist in the description below. And of course, subscribe if you're new to the channel to see plenty more F1 related gaming videos. I just want to say quickly a huge thank you for getting me past 400 subscribers now. The next target is to try and get as close to 500 subscribers before F1 2021 comes out, so if you have not yet subscribed, then please do. It's a big red button on the video, it massively helps me out in sustaining the channel. But anyway, Austria for the 2nd time this week. Let's see what we can do. Obviously, hopefully we can do better than what we managed in Drive Career Red on Tuesday. Obviously, this McLaren is a much better car than the Ferrari, and we've qualified on the 2nd row. I think that's it. 3rd place is our best qualifying position so far. This is the only series that I've ever taken pole in, other than that one driver career mode episode on 2017. But anyway, enough about that. Forward lights are out and away we go for the Austrian Grand Prix. It's a good start. We draw alongside Hamilton, but then he squeezes off into the grass. We try not to break a front wing. Careful through turn 1. Verstappen now is on our outside, coming out of turn 1, going up to the fake turn 2. He'll have the inside going into turn 3, but remember, of course, we need to keep the traction. He'll dive down the inside. Hamilton not giving really enough, and we're able to get the traction out of turn 3. So he'll move later to lap 1. This is Sergio Seta Camara, and he is out of the race after hitting the rear end of Mick Schumacher. Schumacher coming into the pits after an early front wing being clipped off. So Schumacher in, Seta Camara is out unfortunately, and the safety car has come out to play. So safety car is now in. Van Dorn has the lead from Hamilton and then myself. It doesn't really too matter if we do come third to Hamilton's second. There's a little bit of a brake check there from both of the Mercedes. I'm not sure if that was meant by both of them to try and push me back into Verstappen. It doesn't matter anyway. We've cleared Verstappen now. We're going to have a look down the inside of Hamilton. Can we go around the outside? No, we can't. We have to wait another. It seems that the overtake Mercedes are poor turn 4 and they're able to get it done in the middle of the last section. But you can see we jump to lap 8. Hamilton, Van Dorn is starting to move ahead up into turn 3. Hamilton locks up. We got the inside. Thank you very much. Move up into P2. So 3 more points in the championship. That's very good for us. So we join now Max Verstappen, who's clinging to the back of Lewis Hamilton, to be fair, but now he's coming in for an earlier stop than both of the Mercedes. This is very interesting. I thought he might have had front wing damage, but no, that front wing is intact, and we've come in 2 laps later than Verstappen on lap number 11. Van Dorn up the road is in as well. Maybe it was we'll see if where Hamilton and Van Dorn, Verstappen are in come out in relation to us. Softs are off, mediums are going on. We're trying that alternative strategy there as comes in George Russell in the Mercedes. I think Ricciardo's in as well, double stacking, which is unfortunate, but we're coming out behind one of the Dragon and Alpine cars. There he is. Now, so is that, I believe Sergio Perez has come out of absolutely nowhere to get in front of of both Verstappen and Hamilton, but there is Stoffel Van Dorn retiring out of the race. Disappointment, heartbreak for him. For Van Dorn, he's not had a great season, and he's just going to get, well, he's only getting the 2 points for pole today. So that's going to give us the effective race lead from Perez, Verstappen and Hamilton as we go around the outside of the warm remaining Dragon of Sonoda, and he's going to give us DRS. And now Perez, though, is on one today. He's come out of absolutely nowhere. Was absolutely nowhere near us in the first stint. He's now having a look down the inside. That's going to put him onto the curbing, though, not where you want to be really. And now we're all over the Alpine of Ocon, and well, he's got nothing in the third sector compared to our McLaren, and Ocon is just a sitting duck. There's another yellow flag. I'm not really sure what's going on there. We'll get a replay in just a moment. It's first of all, though, here's a replay of us. It's a wonderful move down the inside of Ocon, and I think Perez now is going to line up his former teammates down the inside. We got put a wheel on the grass. This isn't going to help us as we jump to the lead of the Grand Prix. The 2 people not yet to stop are the 2 Ferraris, and Sainz again is ahead of Leclerc. So this is very intriguing for Ferrari. Whether or not, as we jump on board with Daniel Ricciardo around the outside of Mick Schumacher, Daniel is taking himself out of the race as we join with Pascal Wehrlein. He started outside the top 10 and he careers into the back of Ricciardo. So the safety car has been deployed again to recover Ricciardo's stricken car. Wehrlein is apparently still in the race. 2 Ferraris are now in as well, as is Sergio Perez. So he's going to do an alternative strategy. I believe he's going to Haas, and he'll be going to the end of the Grand Prix. There he is, confirmation on the white wall hard tyres. But he is behind some of the slower cars now, the Alpine and the DS Cheetahs. So we need to well, basically escape into the distance. And in all of that, Hamilton has managed to somehow get ahead of Max Verstappen. Again, I don't know how. That was an off-screen overtake. Whether or not it was a glitch under the safety car, I don't know. But anyway, it's myself, Hamilton and Verstappen on the safety car restart. We left as late as I could to try and bolt and catch Hamilton napping. Got a little bit of a not the best start I wanted, and Hamilton now is right up our rear diffuser. We're going to go defensive to the outside, block Hamilton off through the first corner, and that's going to allow Verstappen to have a go at Hamilton as well, up to turn 3. Verstappen, though, will have the inside again, have Verstappen following us on mediums while when he's doing another stop, and he'll have to do that. As we watch now, Perez is stuck behind one of the DS Cheetahs. It's this, of excuse me, I think that is Schumacher somehow, who's been in the wars already. Gasly slightly further down, as Russell now is all over the back of Verstappen. This is a few laps later. A couple of people have started to make their pit stops, including Lewis Hamilton. Verstappen locks up, and that's not really going to help him. So we're coming in now at the end of lap 25 on to 26. Last pit stop now. Where will Hamilton be? There's one of Ferraris. Both Porsches go through. So with Perez at least will be our effective race leader. And there goes Hamilton through. So we effectively, once Verline and I think Sainz make their final stop, will be effectively in P3. But we're already using the soft tyres to our advantage then, all over the back of Hamilton already with the DRS. Just can't get round there at that one point in turn 4. As I said, Mercedes look slower at turn 4. And we dive down the inside of Hamilton and move up into P2, which is a big move for the World Championship. And that's going to give us an even bigger lead than we already have. Now we're catching up to Perez. His hards have completely gone off the cliff, giving him absolutely no pace compared to the softs. The two stop is definitely the best way to go here, as we're going to go down the inside up of Perez, up the inside and move up into P1. But Perez will of course come back with us in here DRS. Hamilton is there as well. Can Perez go down the inside of us? No, he can't. It's a purple sector 1 and we've escaped. We should now pull away into the lead of the Grand Prix. Here's a replay of both moves. First on Hamilton into P4. He gave us the space, a bit more than Gasly did on Tuesday's Driver Career Mode episode, into that corner. And then Perez gave us lots of space. I think Perez knows that his maybe did they make the right call switching to the hards, because the hards clearly have no pace. Well, we'll have to wait and see. Wonderful in hindsight. And there goes Hamilton now. Easy move. Same place we made an overtake on Ocon, and Hamilton is through. So will Hamilton be able to catch me with that pace advantage in the final laps? We'll have to wait and see. But one man who is on the move is Sebastian Vettel. You haven't really seen much of him. I think he pitted under safety car like Perez. He's on a 3 stop. So he's got past Lando Norris there in the background, and now he's getting past his teammate. An easy move there, I'm sure. He's got fresher medium tyres. Russell hasn't had the same pace he had at Canada, Italy, where he's challenging us for a podium. But Vettel now is on the move. He's already over the back of Max Verstappen, and Perez is slowing down and he's falling into the hands of both Verstappen and Vettel. So Vettel could at least get a podium here. Vettel goes round the outside. Verstappen once again chooses to defend the inside. Wouldn't advise that, because he just the outside gets the better traction on this game, and Vettel moves up into P4, which will be P3, because Lewis Hamilton is coming in again on the final lap. How many episodes in a row this is now, with Mercedes competing on the final lap? Well, hopefully those tyre wear upgrades do come in for the second lap, because we're coming through for a commanding lead in the World Championship. It's another victory today. P1, absolutely fantastic. And Vettel, I think on the final lap, managed to get Perez as well to take P2. So he gets P2, Perez P3. Verstappen, I think, will be happy overall with P4. Considering where he was to me as well, only 12 seconds off, I definitely think he'll take that. Russell will be over the moon to finish. Verline came back to P6 after having his front wing knocked off by going into the back of Ricciardo. A great job for him. Hamilton as well. Norris getting points as well. Alonso misses out. And Ocon, with Schumacher finishing once again ahead of Gasly. Gasly, since that race at Canada, hasn't finished in the points. Don't know if that's knocked him a bit or not in the confidence, and Bottas finishes ahead of De Vries, with Ricciardo, Van Dorn, Seta Camara the only ones failing to finish. And also I should point out, Sainz finished ahead of Leclerc, so Sainz jumps Leclerc in the championship. We have a commanding 40-point lead though at the top, ahead of Sebastian Vettel now. Hamilton drops to third. So Vettel, his consistency, even though he hasn't looked fast, his consistency, well, apart from today, has brought him up into P2. Perez moves ahead of Verlaine into P4. Carlo drops to P6. Verstappen up into P7 ahead of Russell in P8. And the big champion in the constructors, we have a big move. We have a big lead again over Aston Martin. Mercedes dropped to third after Hamilton's late tyre change. Porsche are moving up into P4, and then the Red Bull, powered by Red Bull, now got 8 more points than Red Bull, powered by Jaguar, and none of the other bottom 4 teams managed to score points today. So that's where I'm going to leave it today's episode of the F1-E mod. If you have enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe to the channel for you see plenty more episodes of the F1-E mod as and when they come out. Until the next video, I'll see you next time. Take care, thanks so much for watching, enjoy your day, and goodbye.